Hello students, our next chapter is history chapter number 1, when, where and how. Right? Now in this particular chapter we are going to learn about the modern history. Now history is divided into 3 periods, that is you can see in this flowchart. History is divided into 3 periods. First is ancient period that you learned in your 6th standard. Medieval period, medieval history, you have learned that in your 7th standard, you studied well in it. And in the 8th standard, you are going to learn about the modern history. And in India, the modern period begins with the establishment of British rule under East India Company. Now in India, from where modern period start, or you can say begins with, the modern period begins with the ruling of British East India Company. With the establishment of the British rule, several major changes and developments took place in the political, economic, and social and cultural life of India. When the British ruled over India, British took many ruling policies, or you can say British took many changes in the policies of the India, and because of that there are so many changes and there are so many developments in the policies of the India. Economic means money related matters, societal changes are there, and even cultural life of India. Now we are going to learn about what are the major developments during the modern India. Major developments are, first one is, with the coming of the British, new systems of administration, laws and revenue collection were introduced in India. The purpose of the British rule was to colonize India, to control Indian markets and to drain away wealth from India. First of all, what is the first main point? What are the first major development? That is the administrative system. Administrative, laws and revenue collection system. Why they change all these administrative systems? So that they can exploit the India, right? You can see here, to control Indian market. Why they were doing this? To control the Indian market एंड ड्रेन अवे मीन्स इंडिया में जितनी भी वेल्थ थी वो वेल्थ को वो किस लिए यूज कर रहे थे? तो अपने डेवलपमेंट के लिए, उनके कंट्री के डेवलपमेंट के लिए यूज कर रहे थे. सो फर्स्ट इज दैट डेवलपमेंट. This is the adverse point, right? But what is the positive point in this particular? That changes in the administrative laws and revenue collection. Second is British rule led to the exploitation of the peasants. Peasants means what, student? Peasants means small workers or laborers, artisans and craftsmen, and ruined the handicraft industry of India. What is the negative impact? They ruin the handicraft industry and even they exploit whom? You can say harass. Peasants means the farmers, small workers, laborers, artists and craftsmen. Now the third point, naturally the Indians protested against the colonial oppression, leading to sporadic incidents of localized violence and finally the mass revolt in 1857. Now what do you mean by colonial oppression? Oppression means what, student? Oppression means harassment. And colony means what, student? तो colonialization का मतलब क्या होता है? तो जो भी पावरफुल कंट्रीज होती है वो क्या करती है? तो अपना कंट्रोल कोई लेस पावरफुल कंट्रीज पे कंट्रोल करना चाहती है. इफ वन पावरफुल कंट्री इज देयर, व्हाट इट सपोज टू डू? जो लेस पावरफुल कंट्रीज होती है उन पे अपना कंट्रोल करती है, रूल करने की कोशिश करती है. और जब वो अपना कंट्रोल वहां पे ले लेते हैं, देन वहां पे वो जो कंट्री में रिसोर्सेज होते हैं, वेल्थ होती है, उनको वो अपने कंट्री के डेवलपमेंट के लिए यूज करते हैं. तो दैट इज द कॉलोनाइजेशन. नाउ दैट इज व्हाट जो इंडिया के साथ हुआ है, ब्रिटिश यहाँ पे रूल कर रहे थे, इंडिया के जितने भी रिसोर्सेज थे, जितने भी वेल्थ थे, वो किस लिए यूज करते थे, तो हमें वो पढ़ा हुआ है कि रॉ मटेरियल्स को वो कम प्राइस में यहाँ से परचेज करते थे और अपनी कंट्री में, ब्रिटेन में वो क्या करते थे, तो वहां पे वो फिनिश प्रोडक्ट बना के वापस उसी को यहीं पे सेल करते थे, पर कैसी प्राइस में सेल करते थे, तो हाई प्राइस में सेल करते थे, राइट। सो दैट इज द कॉलोनियल ऑपरेशन। और ये जो सारे हैरेसमेंट और एक्सप्लॉयटेशंस थे ब्रिटिश के, वो एक्सप्लॉयटेशंस कम ओवर कैसे होने लगे, मतलब कि वो कैसे कम होने लगे, कैसे वो हैरेसमेंट और एक्सप्लॉयटेशंस धीरे धीरे स्लो डाउन होने लगे बिकॉज ऑफ द रिवॉल्ट इन 1857. Means people oppose them, right? And the last point is, during the British rule, India witnessed numerous social and cultural changes. The Western education and its far-reaching impact left the utmost mark on the intelligentsia. During the British rule, a number of major social legislations were passed to prevent child marriage, sati, and female infanticide. Laws were passed to improve the condition of the widows and impart education to women. Indian reformers led major protests against the social evils of caste system. During British rule, student, when British ruling in India, even they have many positive development in, they made many positive development in India. First positive development is what? Education system. They changed the education system of India. How they changed the education system of India? So they made English medium schools in India and give a certain number of students to permit or to study in, permits certain number of students to study in that particular school, but the schools are very much expensive, so no, very small workers or laborers not able to send their children to that school, right? But that is one positive impact, or you can say development. Then another development is what, students? So social changes. Social changes means what? तो पहले इंडिया में क्या होता था, तो सती सिस्टम थी, राइट? मतलब कि अगर किसी के हस्बैंड की डेथ हो जाती है तो उनके फ्यूनरल पायर में क्या करना पड़ता है, तो जो वुमन होती है, जो लेडी होती है, उनको क्या करना पड़ता है, अपनी लाइफ को सेक्रीफाइस कर देना पड़ता है, राइट? देन चाइल्ड मैरिज इज देयर, बाल विवाह यू कैन से, राइट? देन विडो री मैरिजेस, मतलब कि पहले जो विधवा औरतें होती थी उनकी मैरिजेस नहीं करवाए जाते थे और उनके ऊपर बहुत सारे रिस्ट्रिक्शंस लगा दिए जाते थे. बट आफ्टर द ब्रिटिश रूल व्हाट हैपेंड, विडोज इवन कैन रीमैरिज, राइट? एंड इवन वुमन एजुकेशन गिव utmost importance. Now, insight. In the 19th century, when the British historians wrote about the British rule in India, they focused on the governor generals and their policies and achievements. Means in the 19th century, जब British rules जो थे वो चेंज हो रहे थे इंडिया में, मतलब कि इंडिया की जो पॉलिसीज थी वो चेंज हो रही थी. That policies, that change or that development were noticed down, or you can say mentioned in a note, and that note written by the historians. But at present, there is a change in the focus towards social, political, economic and cultural change that the British rule brought about in India. Next point is, British rule gave rise to colonial cities like Bombay, Calcutta, Madras, now Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai, respectively. The hill stations of India were developed during this period. Means जो मेजर सिटीज होती थी, ब्रिटिश क्या करते थे, वो मेजर सिटीज जो थे जहां से वो अपना ट्रेडिंग बहुत अच्छे से कर सकते हैं या अपना ट्रेडिंग बढ़ा सकते हैं, तो वो सिटीज को वो डेवलप कर रहे थे. एंड इवन दे डेवलप्ड हिल स्टेशंस. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, the most dynamic and challenging aspect of modern Indian history was the saga of Indian national movement, where a wide number of, what is the Indian national movement? You can see here, where a wide number of groups like the Indian National Congress, revolutionaries, the peasants and the tribal groups challenged the British rule. that we can say revolt in 1857, right? Different groups, what they do, they oppose the British rule. Means if they were exploited, peasants were exploited by British, so they oppose them and not accept their policies and rules. Next is tribal groups challenge the British rule following different kind of strategies. The Indian national movement gave rise to many dynamic leaders whose legacy still continues to inspire us. और ये जो नेशनल मूवमेंट्स थे उनसे इंडिया को बहुत सारे लीडर्स भी मिले हैं, एंड वी नो दैट, राइट? गांधी जी एंड ऑल दैट. तो जो भी नेशनल लीडर्स थे वो इंडिया को क्या हुए हैं, वो इंडिया के डेवलपमेंट में यू कैन से और इंडिया के इंडिपेंडेंस में उन्होंने बहुत हेल्प की है. लीडर्स लाइक महात्मा गांधी, जवाहरलाल नेहरू, सुभाष चंद्र बोस, भगत सिंह, चंद्रशेखर आजाद, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, Sardar Patel and numerous other patriots have left their footprints on the glorious path of Indian national movement. Now, colonial period. Many historians refer to the period of British as the colonial period. As I explained you earlier, colonial period means what, students? So any strong or powerful country control over less powerful country. So that is the colonization, right? So British period is known as colonial period. This is because India was a victim of colonial domination and exploitation. This period extends approximately from the middle of the 18th century up to India's independence. This period tells us how the British established their control over India's political and economic system and how India's culture and society came under the influence of the British rule, excluding a few. This was a dynamic period also in the world history, as during this period, events like the Russian Revolution, French Revolution, American War of Independence, First World War and the Second World War took place. Means these are the major events all over the world, right? Like that only, the British colonization period, or you can say colonial period, is also a worldwide major incidents. Now, sources of information. How we get this information of history? So first is the official records. On the most authentic source of information for this period are the official records of the British administration. Means whatever the rules or policies made by the British, they were recorded it, right? So that is the main base for all the information. The British administrators methodically and meticulously recorded every plan, policy, treaty and agreement they made. Treaty means what, students? Treaty means orders, right? And meticulously means what? Meticulously means carefully. मीन्स जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स होते थे वो प्रॉपर मेथड के साथ और बहुत ही केयरफुली सारे रिकॉर्ड्स को क्या करते थे, मेंटेन रखते थे. मोरओवर द ब्रिटिश प्रिजर्व्ड ऑल द इम्पोर्टेंट डॉक्यूमेंट्स. फॉर दिस पर्पस they set up a record room along with the administrative institutions like collectorates, secretariats and law court. Museums and archives were also set up for this purpose. These official documents and records are invaluable source of information about the British period. Means ब्रिटिशर्स जो होते थे वो ये सारे रिकॉर्ड्स को बहुत ही अच्छे से मेंटेन करते थे और उनके यू कैन सी हियर द म्यूजियम्स एंड आर्काइव्स, राइट? म्यूजियम्स मीन्स व्हाट स्टूडेंट्स? तो हिस्टोरिकल पीरियड्स के जो भी मटेरियल्स होते थे वो क्या किए जाते हैं, तो डिस्प्ले किए जाते हैं एक बिल्डिंग में या एक रूम में फॉर द पीपल, राइट? तो दैट इज द म्यूजियम. And these official documents and records are invaluable, and these records are very much valuable thing, because from that only we can learn about our history. Insight. All the old government documents, diaries, letters, etc. are kept preserved in the National Archives of India, that is in New Delhi. Now we are going to learn about literary sources. Literary means written work. We have innumerable literary sources of this period, comprising of which are the written records during that period. So newspapers, journals, plays, novels, letters, diaries, biographies and autobiographies. Large number of nationalist newspapers like The Hindu, Amrita, Bazar Patrika, Kesari, etc. were published. Means at that particular time many newspapers were published, and in that newspaper all the current news were pressed, right? So from that we get all the information. Now in this newspaper the British policies were criticized openly, putting forth the point of view of Indians. और ये जो न्यूज़पेपर थे वो क्या थे, तो वो ओपनली ब्रिटिश के रूल्स को क्या करते थे, क्रिटिसाइज करते थे. कैसे? तो इंडियन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, मतलब कि इंडिया के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से वो क्या करते थे, ब्रिटिश के रूल्स जो थे वो कितने एडवांटेजेस है, हमें कितने डिसएडवांटेजेस है वो मेंशन करते थे. नाउ novels, essays, poems also arose national consciousness. Some of the important nationalist writers of the period were Rabindranath Tagore and Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, who wrote in Bangla, Vishnu Sastri Chipulankar, a Marathi writer, Bharatendu Harish Chandra, who wrote in Hindi, and Subramaniam Bharti, a Tamil writer. All these writers who wrote about, and you can say who wrote about the Indian point of views. Writers like Premchand and Sarat Chandra Chatterjee wrote about the poor and oppressed people of rural India. पुअर एंड ऑप्रेस मीन्स जो पीपल एक्सप्लॉइट हो रहे हैं, हैरेस हो रहे हैं, पुअर है, जिनको ब्रिटिश रूल से एक्सप्लॉइटेशन हो रहा है, उनके बारे में वो अपनी राइटिंग्स लिखते थे. वी ऑल्सो हैव डायरीज ऑफ पीपल एंड ऑटोबायोग्राफीज ऑफ पब्लिक फिगर्स. न्यूज़पेपर्स are also important sources of information about the political and social affairs. Now, besides literary sources, photograph, paintings, maps and statues are also important sources of information of this period. They give us a glimpse of the society, lifestyle, dress and culture of those times, allowing us to understand how Indian society and culture was getting transformed due to the British influence. Means instead of these written records, even photograph, paintings, maps और you can say statues, वो भी हमें क्या करते हैं, तो मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री जो थी उनके बारे में अवेयर करते हैं, उनके बारे में इन्फॉर्म्ड करते हैं. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न अबाउट सर्वेज एंड सेंसस. सेंसस मीन्स फॉर स्टूडेंट्स an official count of population. The British introduced the practice of surveying India in order to know the country properly. ब्रिटिश क्या करते थे स्टूडेंट, तो कंट्री को प्रॉपरली अंडरस्टूड करने के लिए, मतलब कि इंडिया को प्रॉपरली जानने के लिए और उसकी सारी इंफॉर्मेशंस उनको मिले, उसलिए वो क्या करवाते थे, सर्वेस करवाते थे. The Office of Surveyor of India was set up in Dehradun, which prepared detailed maps of villages, towns, mountains and the coastal areas. Maps of villages, towns, roads, rivers and mountain ranges were also made. These surveys and maps give us a detailed information about the flora, fauna, crops, soil and topography of India. Topography means for student, topography means the surrounding, or you can say the temperature और ऑल द क्लाइमेट ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर एरियाज, राइट। तो वो क्या करते थे, वो सर्वे किस चीज का करवाते थे, तो वहां का पॉपुलेशन कैसा है, पर्टिकुलर एरिया और यू कैन से पर्टिकुलर स्टेट पॉपुलेशन, वहां कैसा प्लांट और वेजिटेशन है, वहां पे वाइल्ड लाइफ कैसी पॉसिबल है, एंड एवरीथिंग। नाउ George Everest was one of the Surveyor General of India, and under his supervision, the height of Mount Everest was calculated. Mount Everest की जो हाइट है वो किसके सुपरविजन में और किसके अंडर कैलकुलेट किया गया था, तो उस टाइम में कौन से गवर्नर जनरल थे, जॉर्ज एवरेस्ट, एंड वॉज नेम्ड आफ्टर हिम। और माउंट एवरेस्ट का जो नेम है वो किसके बाद रखा गया था, तो जॉर्ज एवरेस्ट के नाम से रखा गया था। एट द एंड ऑफ द 19th century, the British organized census operations after every 10 years. This census report give us detailed information regarding caste, religion, occupation and the population growth of India. मतलब कि ये जो सेंसस है वो कैसे किया जाता है, तो आफ्टर 10 years, राइट। और 10 years में जो ये कैलकुलेशन होता है उस कैलकुलेशन से क्या क्या पता चल सकता है, तो पर्टिकुलर कितने कास्ट है, कितने रिलीजन्स फॉलो होते हैं, क्या कौन कौन से ऑक्यूपेशंस हो रहे हैं इंडिया में, एंड इवन द पॉपुलेशन। नाउ ओरल हिस्ट्री, अनदर record is oral. A fascinating aspect of colonial period is that there are first-hand personal accounts of the people who lived in British India and experienced various facts of the British rule. We also have intense and traumatic accounts of people who went through the dilemma of partition. Such first-hand accounts were also invaluable source of information.